If the previous video was a tense journey between two predators, leopard and python, then this time, in another development, let's follow a new character, gorilla, a symbol of calmness, gentleness, and silent struggle in the harsh nature. Each animal has its own story, and you will be the one to discover them. Subscribe to the channel to accompany us through each film. On the year-round cloud-covered slopes of the Virunga Mountains, where the boundary between sky and jungle is only a thin layer of mist, a giant creature with a gentle appearance lives a quiet life. Gorillas are not noisy or disturbing. They just exist quietly in nature, as if this place was made for them. They are not numerous. There are fewer than 1,000 of them left in the world, scattered in the primary forests of Rwanda, Uganda, and the Democratic Republic of Congo. Belonging to the subspecies Gorilla beringae, the mountain gorilla possesses a large body, broad back, and prominent round head. But, in contrast to their impressive bodies, their eyes are calm, containing a serenity rarely seen in the wild. The life of a gorilla is closely linked to the herd. Each group usually has between 5 and 30 individuals, led by an adult male with a silverback, considered the keeper of stability and safety for the whole group. Every behavior in a group is based on connection, through sounds, looks, and subtle gestures. The affection between members is evident through petting, playing, caring for the young, and even the emotional moments of silence, when an individual in the herd is no longer present. Click like if you are impressed with this video. The gorilla's reproductive cycle is quite slow. A female may give birth to only one calf every few years. The young are cared for by their mother for a long time, learning every little skill to adapt to life in the mountains. From choosing a place to rest, finding food, to recognizing danger signs, all are taught naturally through observation and attachment. The life of mountain gorillas is peaceful, but not without challenges from predators and their habitat, which is increasingly shrinking due to many external causes. Changes in climate, the expansion of human activity, and the impact of forestry activities have fragmented the habitat of this primate species. In addition, because they are closely related to humans, mountain gorillas are also susceptible to respiratory diseases, which have previously received little attention. Not only affected by nature, gorilla groups also face internal conflicts between groups when their living areas are narrowed. Whenever a new group enters an area inhabited by another group, encounters may occur. However, instead of prolonged tension, these confrontations often end in retreat or a redistribution of space, as the forest has always taught creatures to live together in harmony. Amidst these difficulties, there is still light of hope. Conservation efforts from international and local organizations are helping to change the fate of the mountain gorillas. Controlled ecotourism programs have been established to generate revenue for protection. Local people are trained as guides, rangers, and biological monitors, becoming an integral part of the journey to preserve the forest and the species that live in it. In addition, modern technology is also applied from positioning devices, surveillance cameras, to remote health monitoring, to help research and care for gorilla herds become more and more effective. In the shadow of the clouds covering the mountains and forests, gorillas continue their lives slowly, calmly, and in harmony with nature. Their every step among wet leaves and mud is not only a journey of survival, but also a testament to the resilience and peace that nature can bring if properly preserved. On the other hand, in the pristine forests surrounding the mountains of East Africa, where moss-covered trees and vines quietly weave together into a fairy tale maze, life continues to manifest itself in quiet yet spectacular ways. And one of the most venerable inhabitants here, slow, rarely appearing but carrying the spirit of forest memories, is the African forest elephant. Unlike their relatives living in the plains, wild elephants in the mountains are smaller, move more silently, and often hide under dense tree canopies. They move in familiar ways through small paths, but play an important role in clearing paths, dispersing seeds, and maintaining the life of the entire forest. Each of their steps is not only a journey to find food, but also an extension of the ecological tradition among all species in the jungle. Around them, in the interspersed layers of trees, many other primates are also living their own lives. They are groups of colobus monkeys with striking black and white fur, like small clouds dancing among the leaves. Or the mischievous, intelligent red monkeys, often appearing early in the morning when dew still lingers on every leaf. Each species has a different rhythm of life. Some are agile, some are calm, but all coexist thanks to the delicate balance that the ancient forest has preserved through many generations. And up above, where the sunlight slowly filters through the mist, is the silent world of mountain birds. Their sounds are not just the soundtrack of the forest, but a signal of warning, or simply a song to greet a new day. Red turacos, kingfishers, and mountain eagles spread their wings and circle in the sky, all like colorful dots in the cool green picture of the deep forest. There was no fierce wind, no suddenness or noise, just a thinner mist, a few streaks of sunlight filtering through the usually dense trees, and the first leaves starting to change color. The vegetation gradually changes color. The gentle, peaceful silhouette of a wild survival picture on the familiar path that wild elephants often pass through. At the same time, the ancient trees are preparing to sprout new buds, a silent regeneration process that occurs as an inherent instinct of life. For animals, the changing leaves herald greater changes. Mountain gorillas, which move according to their natural food sources, begin to change their rhythm. They move to lower areas where shrubs, flower, and fruit begins to ripen. Small groups of monkeys adapt quickly, weaving through the thinning canopy in search of richer food sources. Meanwhile, birds also have obvious changes. Some species begin nesting, others migrate with the mountain winds. The sounds of the forest come alive and are layered from mating calls to the soft flapping of wings as they glide through the clouds. Each species has its own way of adapting to keep pace with the forest that is gradually changing its appearance. Every change, no matter how small, is an integral part of the cycle of regeneration that sustains life for generations of animals that have lived and are living here.